don't actually really know how to think, but what do I think while I'm working? Lots of different things come into my mind while I'm working with clay. So the short answer is, I think everything. But like right now, I've thrown for so long now that like centering is a quiet time for me. It's where I don't have to really think. The only reason I'm thinking right now is because you asked me that question. For me, it's seeing things that other people have made that really touch me in that space inside. That sense of wonder and awe that comes from seeing something that you can't quite understand or fathom, like how somebody came up with that idea or how they pulled something off. Or there's just so many things that have been created throughout history that's completely awe-inspiring. And there's a strange sense of magic and mystery around a lot of those items that we see in like museums and things. I've been blessed with being able to travel and go around the world and even like grow up in other cultures, and there's so many wonderful, magical objects that humanity has created out there, and when I see something like that, it kind of makes me want to try to find that space. Where were those people when they made those things? And I think that's the main driver for me. And then once I started going and being in art classes and starting to make actual things, just the magic of the process, being in that space while you're working, it just added to that. There's a mysteriousness and a beauty to the quality of this activity that I can't really fully explain, but it's very compelling, and it's also very addictive for me. The very first time I ever worked with clay was probably in first grade. We had an art program where we got to do some pretty advanced techniques, and one of them was a local potter who would come in and make pots, but then he would also let all of us have a turn. He would center the clay for us, and then he'd help us open it and pull the wall up a couple of times, and then he just kind of hung back and let us play on the wheel and shape it and manipulate it and all that kind of stuff. And then there was sort of a break in that activity. I moved to a school where they didn't have clay in the art program. But anytime I'd go to a school where they had clay or wheels, I would take the opportunity and then do it. And then I never knew I wanted to be a potter or a teacher. I always knew that I wanted to do something in art, so I was always interested in art. And it just so happened that when I started classes here at Casper College, one of my favorite instructors and my mentor, he ended up becoming my mentor, Lynn Munns, was the ceramics instructor here. And watching him work and coming and being in this space and throwing again, sort of solidified in my mind that that's what I wanted to do. So the way that Lynn approached working with clay, the way he lived his life, his personal studio, the pots that he made, really inspired me to want to do this full time. And so once I took that first semester of clay with him, I have not been away from it since. Every single semester that I was in school, through my undergrad, through my MFA, it's all been clay. And now I've been, teaching it. This is my 13th year as the full-time ceramics instructor, so it's been about 25 years since I've not looked back and changed into a ceramicist.